The U.S. Navy tells its sailors, please stop buying LSD online. And NASA has designed a perfume that brings the smell of outer space down to Earth. And let this man keep his toilet gardens. Ooh, these are the weird stories for Tuesday. This is Weird AF News, and I'm your host, Jonesy. So pleased to be here with you, bringing some weird stories from around the US of A today. Yes, thanks for joining me. I am hosting the only daily weird news podcast recorded inside a closet. Man, it smells in here.
Yay! You're listening to Weird AF News with your host, Jonesy. So listen up.
The Navy tells all sailors, please stop buying LSD online. The Navy Criminal Investigative Service has a message for America's sailors. Please, for the love of Poseidon and the seven seas, please stop buying hallucinogens in the dark corners of the internet. NCIS last week issued a warning to all sailors about the risks of acquiring LSD on the dark web. Apparently that's a problem with the sailors. The network, if you don't know what the dark web is, it is a network of often illicit websites accessible through specialized browsers that offer users and buyers and sellers perceived anonymity. It's a place to buy drugs, to buy another human being, and to hire a hitman. I mean, that's basically your dark web right there, right? I didn't realize our nation's sailors and soldiers were buying drugs on the dark web. This is eye-opening. Recent law enforcement reporting has revealed that an increasing number of people are moving to purchasing illicit substances via the dark web because of the perceived anonymity provided by tools like the Onion Router, also known as Tor. While Tor offers anonymity by obscuring IP addresses, law enforcement use various investigative techniques to identify both purchasers and sellers. Oh, it sounds like you could get caught anyways. So is this like completely anonymous? I don't know much about it. I didn't buy substances on the dark web, guys. I do what everybody else does. I get them on Craigslist. I mean, I'm kidding. The Navy had a statement that also said drugs purchased via the dark web are often laced with other substances in dangerous combinations you should know, and these substances can sometimes lead to death. Additionally, international, federal, state, and local law enforcement are working collectively using a variety of techniques to infiltrate marketplaces, identify users, and combat the illicit drug threat. I doubt it. I have no faith in local law enforcement, federal, state, webmasters. This is a country where they just sent over $1 billion in stimulus funds to people who were dead. You're going to catch a drug dealer on the dark web? Sure. You can't even send money to people that are alive, government. How are you going to catch some drug dealers? Yeah, that's not a threat at all. Of course, there is a risk when you're buying substances this way because you do not know exactly what you're buying. I mean, you hope that it's meth, but you don't know. You hope it's LSD, but what could it really be? Nobody knows until you put it on your tongue. How exciting. Unfortunately, NCIS, it says here, has no way of really knowing authoritatively if the service is experiencing an uptick in LSD use. According to the agency, the Navy discontinued LSD testing in 2006 after a 3-year span of urinalysis testing revealed only 4 LSD positives among 2 million samples. Well, then why are you worried about them taking it? How have you found out that they are inordinately dropping LSD these days? Well, apparently this all comes on the heels of several worrying LSD-related incidents across the U.S. Armed Forces. For the Navy in particular, a sailor assigned to the nuclear reactor department aboard the USS Ronald Reagan admitted to wrongfully bringing LSD aboard the aircraft carrier in March. Oh boy, you can't be working a nuclear reactor department dropping LSD. No. Hey, Jules, don't hit that button, Jules. The button? This ain't a button. It's a giant ladybug. 10 other sailors, all from the same department, previously faced administrative discipline the year before for possessing and distributing LSD in connection to a drug ring aboard the nuclear aircraft carrier. these, these guys all dropping LSD on a nuclear aircraft carrier? What? Is it so boring on there? I mean, yeah, you're all alone at sea. You're stuck in a small compartment. I mean, it's got to be pretty dull. We're not even at war, so you're just like kind of just, what are you doing? It's like, yeah, perfect time to drop acid. There's nothing to do. I have no responsibilities. However, you are on a nuclear aircraft carrier, so maybe not want to drop acid. It says in 2018, 14 airmen from the Air Force security units at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming, tasked with safeguarding nuclear missile silos, were disciplined for dropping acid between shifts. They're at a nuclear missile silo. What is it all? All these people dropping acid around nuclear missiles. Very alarming. The author of this article says the fact that these LSD rings popped up in the first place isn't surprising at all. The middle of nowhere is the same kind of boring and awful, whether it's patrolling the Pacific or guarding nuclear silos in America's heartland. Yeah, that was the point I just made. They're that bored, apparently. And how bad is LSD for a soldier? I mean, when I take LSD, I feel invincible! NASA has designed a perfume that brings you the smell of outer space. They're going to be offering it on Earth. A fragrance that smells like outer space may soon be made available to the general public, years after it was developed in order to help astronauts get used to the smell of space. I don't even know space smelled like anything. I'd imagine it would. How do astronauts smell space when they're up there, though? Aren't they like completely enclosed in an airtight vessel? And then if they happen to be outside of the spacecraft, they're in an airtight suit, breathing oxygen, I imagine, through there. How do you smell space? I didn't know space had a smell, is what I'm saying, guys. My eyes are being opened. I wonder what it smells like. I'm curious. According to the media, Eau de Space was developed by Steve Pierce, who's a chemist and the founder of Omega Ingredients. Mr. Pierce was originally contracted by NASA to recreate the smell of space in 2008 as part of the space agency's mission to eliminate any potential surprises for astronauts that are going into space. It took Mr. Pierce 4 years to perfect the fragrance of space. The article says if you're curious about what outer space smells like, Peggy Whitson, an astronaut and a former resident of the International Space Station, told the media in a 2002 interview, quote, "It's kind of like a smell from a gun, like right after you fire the shot. Like, that's what it is. I think it kind of has almost like a bitter kind of smell in addition to being like smoky and, I mean, it smells like burning, really." That was my impression of an astronaut that was dumb. I'm sure Peggy isn't at all unintelligent, but I just thought it would be funny to impose an unintelligent sounding person onto a quote of an astronaut. I digress. According to Unilad, Mr. Pierce also took inspiration for the fragrance from accounts of astronauts who described the smell of space as a mixture of gunpowder, seared steak, raspberries, and rum. Oh man, the smell of space has so many facets, so many different levels to it. The team behind All This Space is now seeking community support via Kickstarter to help the public get a whiff of space. Oh, you can buy it on Kickstarter. Fascinating. Do you guys want to smell like space? What is that you smell like? I smell like moon rocks, baby. Get on my lap. The smell of space has been locked behind need-to-know, astronaut-only field training, and it's been locked up in red tape for many years, reads the Kickstarter campaign. Now we need your help to mass manufacture the smell of space so that everyone can experience the smell of space for themselves, for their loved ones, for their lovers. In an update posted 3 days ago, the team behind All This Space said it found about 400 backers and about $20,000 in pledge dollars. Fabulous. Well, it looks like this is going to be made available then. All This Space product manager Matt Richmond hopes that the fragrance will increase interest in STEM, Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics learning. Maybe it'll make somebody want to be an astronaut so they can smell good all the time. Hey. It's pretty fascinating that you can kind of make a smell out of anything now, and people want to smell that way. You could start making smells of planets eventually. Like, couldn't we smell like Mars if we wanted to, or the moon? Totally. We got materials from these places. I bet you we could develop something. I'll tell you what I don't want to smell like, though, as an astronaut. I mean, they must be smelly as hell, right? They're like peeing themselves all the time. Right? Jonesy, they have bathrooms, all right, on the space station. Duh. Yeah, but don't they not shower for a long time? I mean, it just seems like a very unsanitary position in life as being an astronaut. You definitely smell like shit. I mean, I'm going to say, there's no hooking up in space. Everybody's got BO. That's just my opinion. I have no firsthand experience. Any astronauts listen to Weird AF News? I'd love to hear from somebody. Do you happen to smell like space? Let me smell you. Come and let me smell you. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Potsdam toilet gardens are under attack. Let this man keep his toilet gardens. A man in Potsdam, New York, has fought for many years for his right to display toilets filled with flowers on his properties. Well, it's his damn property. He can do what he wants with toilets, and it sounds like a nice display if you're putting flowers inside a toilet. It's weird and beautiful. It probably smells amazing. Apparently, in the town of Potsdam, a fight over these toilets has waged on for many years as members of the town butt heads over this man's toilet gardens. This guy's name is Frederick Hank Robar Sr. He's got toilets scattered across his lot. You might find his commodes planted firmly in the dirt, each bowl blooming with beautiful flowers. I'm looking at a picture of one that has some lovely geraniums inside. I don't even know if those are geraniums. I just like saying geraniums. Apparently, this town of Potsdam is not pleased with the toilet garden. I don't know why. This guy's garden is listed on a very popular website called Atlas Obscura, and I'm sure tourists come from far and wide to the town to see these toilets. I mean, can't you welcome a little business into the area? What's wrong with you, town of Potsdam? They're not pleased with these installations. Local officials have historically been unsuccessful in unseating this guy's toilet art, thankfully. In 2008, after receiving a ticket for a code violation, Mr. Robar argued that because this is art, his displays are protected by the First Amendment. The town brought charges up again in 2010, but they were dismissed after the presiding judge resigned amid a cocaine use allegation. Okay. The article describes other efforts in 2015 and 2018 of the town to get him to remove his flowery toilets, all unsuccessfully. And yet he's in the news again. As the media reported, the town had a meeting to discuss Robar's code violations. Per the code enforcement officer, Robar's toilet gardens constituted a prohibited accumulation, display, or outdoor storage of junk, and her recommendation is for each and every toilet and bathroom fixture to be removed immediately. Whew. Mr. Robar's lawyer, Mark Snyder, is claiming that this law that has been written into the local books was specifically to target Robar and his toilets. He claims, "We may be in the process of violating Mr. Robar's right to protest, his freedom to speak freely, his freedom of expression, his idea of what is artistic, whether it be your view or mine or anyone else's." I agree with Mr. Snyder, his lawyer. And this is what we say to that. There is so little levity left in the world right now, and what really is junk anyway. I mean, one man's trash is another man's toilet garden. I agree with this man. And by the way, we need this kind of thing in the world right now because the world is going to shit, guys. So why not have more artwork, more art? We need art. Art can save man's soul from himself. beautiful flowers in a toilet bowl. I mean, isn't that just lovely? Any form of art, really. Music, new music, weird music, I don't care. Weird art, whatever it is, bring it on. We need it. We need a nice, healthy distraction. What's more healthy of a distraction than some flowery related art? I don't see the issue with this. I think this town is terrible, and I hope they leave this poor man alone. Why don't you guys get busy wearing masks over there? I bet you they're not wearing masks in Potsdam, New York. Why don't your local government pass some mask wearing laws or some other shit that save themselves instead of bothering this man and his art in his own damn yard? It's his property, for crying out loud. Are you out of your mind? What is this? Does this guy have a Kickstarter so he can pay his lawyer to help him out here? I mean, he should. If the astronaut perfume can have a Kickstarter, why not this thing? You know, if I was a rich man from Weird AF Media, I tell you right now, I would give a lot of money to weirdos out there in the world like this that could use a boost, that could use some help, some assistance to keep their weirdness alive in the world, which I think is what we need. We need more money poured into weird, right? With that being said, please join the Patreon. If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, and also make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. I don't need a whole lot of money. I just need Weird AF News. Actually, I do need a whole lot of money. Could you help me, guys? Join the Patreon. patreon.com/WeirdAF News. Yes, I'm putting up some soundtracks to download after I get off this recording, as a matter of fact. I had some requests in there for some audio pieces. Gonna deliver. Yeah, I'll give you whatever you want in there. You join the Patreon. What do you want? You want an episode download? What do you want me to do? I'll send you whatever you need. Something specific, a specific song that you once heard on an episode, a specific segment that you liked that you would like a copy of to put on your ringtone. I don't know, but that's the kind of thing that I'm doing in there for the patrons, and I appreciate every one of you. Patreon.com/WeirdAFNews. Check it out. Also, follow me on Instagram @FunnyJones. And please tell a friend that Weird AF News is available for you. It's available for your ears and your mind and your body and your bum. All of those things. Yes, it'll cheer you up. It's much better than mainstream news. Mainstream news makes you want to take a very small protractor and slice your wrist with it. Could you slice your wrist with a protractor? Yeah, certainly the metal ones you could. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I want to thank everybody who's reached out to the show, the calls, the emails, the reviews. Please, if you've never left a review for a podcast, try it out on mine. Yeah, pop your review cherry on my podcast, guys. Why? Don't be shy. I could use reviews on such places as Stitcher, Amazon, iTunes, and any others that you can think of, like, I don't know, Podcast Republic. There are so many podcast players out there, guys. Just leave a review for me on there. Give me 5 stars or several thumbs up. Thumbs up. I don't know what your particular podcast player has as far as a rating system goes. But yeah, give it. Maybe it has a nunchuck related system. Oh, I give this one 14 nunchucks. That'd be pretty cool. Wow, that's a weird thing to say or suggest, but whatever. I'm just winging it here, guys. You know how I do. Call the show anytime if one of the stories really resonated with you, deep, dark, inside your soul. You have a comment, call 646-450-2012. You can also send me an email, funnyjones@gmail.com. You can send articles there, some sort of criticism if you'd like, if that makes you feel good. Also, you can give me a PayPal donation. Oh, yes, Jonesy accepts donations. I will not say no to your PayPal. Funnyjones@gmail.com. Also, yeah, you can buy me a cup of coffee or mail me something. Yeah, I'll give you my address. Why the hell not? Call me up. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you tomorrow, my friends.